Hey, come on. Let's go, Captain Lindpress. Try again. Hey, everybody, is there a window open? I feel a draft. Wanted a kiss, I'd call your mother. That was a good one.
Hey, prehistoric forest.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. I'm sorry, Andy. I shouldn't have called the apple fritter a donut.
Really? What changed your mind?
Well, might have been that 2x4 you hit me with out there. Hurts here, a little bit here, but mostly here.
Yeah, well, Miss, are apple fritters donuts?
Absolutely.
I knew it. Yeah, well, anyways, I'll have a waffle.
Well, hello, everybody. It is Wednesday afternoon at 3 p.m. It's 5 o'clock somewhere as I enjoy my brew in my KOR-DRATH mug. So tasty. So tasty. Dennis is not back yet, but he did send me pictures from Alcatraz. And I knew it. He has the wingspan to be able to reach his arms out and touch each side of a cell wall. But even though those cots are so short and not that tall, his little short inseam legs still dangle when he sits on the cot in an Alcatraz jail cell. So poor Dennis. Oh, well. Good thing he doesn't have to swim because those legs aren't kicking anywhere except hanging off the cot in a prison. Let's get on with the show. Spaceman's here. Stephen De La Vega, Passmaster Dan. And we've got Joe Bernardo, a couple co-hosts coming in. You know him from last week. He's the teen sensation. He blew us off in Jersey for something about a kid graduating. I said, hold the kid back a year, and that fixes all problems. Billy said no. Just wouldn't hold him back a year. That would have fixed everything.
I think he would want to be held back.
Right? Now he's a college kid, responsibilities, not being able to live at home with mom and dad right in the house for when there's a problem.
Yeah, he's actually there now at this school. He had orientation and has to meet with the coach and some of his, I guess, other incoming freshman teammates.
And that's, you said, how long a drive is that from where you live?
Oh, man. Well, you know, Debbie, my wife, the idealist, wherever she wants to go, it's like a fifth of how long it really takes. She's saying it's 8 hours. It's up in Erie, PA. So it's actually about 10 hours away.
So did he drive there by himself, or how did he get there?
No, Debbie took him.
Billy's flying single right now.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh la la.
Oh, yeah, I'm thinking about getting me some Italian ices tonight. Woo, if you know what I mean.
Oh, look at how you go. A little Italian ice when the woman's away. All right. Well, Our next guest is no stranger to fans of the internet. Her YouTube channel's blowing up. It's Abra's 2 cents. And I was amazed, Billy, but she did ask to be on the bottom of the 2 guys. So, hey, what?
Hello.
It's a heavy burden, but somebody has to do it.
That's right. And I think, let me see here. Hold on. Wait, now we have the ABBA show. Andy, Billy, and Abra.
Dancing.
Or another request of hers was to be in the middle of a Billy and Andy sandwich. I don't know, Abra. I met your husband over the weekend. He seemed really nice. I hope he knows about these fetishes of yours.
Oh, dear Lord. Well, you know, what happens in Jersey stays in Jersey.
I've heard that.
Oops, I didn't know that.
I've heard that.
Oh, goodness. We missed you, Billy.
I know. I was talking to my buddy. If you remember Nick KOR-DRATH, do you remember my buddy Nick? He's a big art dealer. He is the biggest John Salby-Schema collector in the world. And he was going to come out too, but he was at dinner with us last year and having cigars with us and all. So he missed it, and I missed it, and Niall missed it, and next year, buddy.
Gives me a reason to go back next year. So
you have to go back.
It'll be next year, 4th anniversary, because Graham said it was 3, and I've been there the past 2. So let's do 4.
Yeah. Well, are you invited back after what happened, Andy?
Well, you know, as far as I know. You know, you throw one toddler into the deep end of the pool because the parents brag about their swimming ability.
Right.
What they meant was in a baby pool. Well,
like
they should have said that.
She was taking lessons. Like, really? Kick the baby.
Let's see. I just picked it up
it's
like a football.
By fire.
Yeah, that's how they used to teach you in the old days.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Billy, in all seriousness, back when we were living in Tampa, Courtney was less than a year old when we got her swim lessons, and it's no joke. Like the mothers were in the pool,
right? And
I was there at the camera, and you know they're holding the baby, and the instructor's like, "All right, let go."
Yeah,
and the mother's like, "What?"
Yeah,
you know, because you're just holding the baby's head above water. You know, you're in like 3 feet of water. You know, which granted, Helen's short, so that's drowning type water for her, but still.
Oh my God.
And she can't hear me, Abra. Come on. She doesn't.
I'm going to tell her.
Damn it. Never have your wife meet
Helen?
Abra because she's a narc. So no, that literally the instructor's like, let go. And I don't think any mom was like, okay, boop. But I tell you, when they did, we've got underwater pictures. Baby's buoyant and is kind of floating under there. It instinctively knows to hold its breath. It's adults that don't know how to swim. When they get in water, they freak out.
Yeah, the fear.
That's the problem. From fear, yeah.
Well, they teach them. They blow in their face, and I think that causes them to like hold their breath. So they kind of teach them that a little bit, and then they learn over time to just turn themselves over on their back. I mean, they're like infants, and they're kicking and till they get around to the side of the pool. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, there is. There's a lot of instinctual stuff. And the problem is when the kids get older, you've got like Courtney's a great example, right? And this is the difference between a dad teaching a kid to do something that could be a little dangerous, riding a bike, whatever, and a mom. A dad is like, you know, you got the training wheels, you get on it, let's do it. You pump them up, whatever. Yeah. The mom comes in with, all right, now be careful. You'll probably fall, but don't worry, we'll be right there. And you're like, oh my God, stop putting the fall stuff in their head and all that.
That's in their head now. That's in their head.
Yeah.
You know, I was talking to Blevins the other day, yesterday. Man, that poor boy from TV and from his mom, man, he spent his entire adolescence inside. You want to know why? And never took a walk in the woods or anything. You want to know why? Quicksand. Watched too many Gilligan's Island.
You've got to be kidding me.
Like, where did he grow up? I'm going to run into some quicksand.
And Bubble Boy or something.
What state did he grow up in?
It doesn't matter. You know, quicksand's everywhere, man. You never know.
I don't think it is. I don't think it is.
North Carolina outside.
I don't think there's quicksand in North Carolina. Now, maybe Blevins grew up on a holler somewhere, in Kentucky, and he walked outside after a real he walked outside after a real hard rain and saw a big puddle of mud. It was like, no.
No, I think. Come on, see, I think you're not afraid of quicksand. I gotta tell you, now he got me thinking. I'm like,
I would be if I lived near it.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't think I'm gonna go in the woods myself anymore. Now I'm like, that's right, quicksand. It's quicksand everywhere. You don't expect it. You just
Billy, you're not going in the woods anymore because when you were a child, there was the clown incident.
Oh,
and the funny thing is, you were a killer hunter back then. You're the one that walked out holding the clown's head to put on your wall.
I don't think I can do it now. You know why? Quicksand. It's in my head.
Quicksand. Now. Right. See? I tell you, it'll mess you up. Abra, it'll mess you up.
I don't know. I have different fears. I fear tornadoes and fires. Those are my fears. But
I feel fire too. Yeah.
Well, we're not going to out you. I mean, I know where you live. You're not really worried about tornadoes. Seriously, there though, are you?
What, me?
Yeah, where you live.
Oh my God, I get like 100,000 near misses with hurricanes and stuff. They can spawn tornadoes.
Well, yes, that's true. But I always think of those two separate: hurricanes, tornadoes. Like,
oh no,
we get tornado. I don't know. I can never remember what's worse, the watch or the warning. But we'll get a few of those a year.
The warning.
But it's always the lesser one, not the one where it's like, oh no, it's right there, run. It's, I guess the watch is probably the lesser, or is it the warning? I don't know.
Well, don't watch where you're running, because if you're running away from that hurricane, don't run in the woods because you might fall in some quicksand.
Yeah, but see, that's perfect, Billy, because the quicksand would try to pull me down. The hurricane would try to pull me up. So I would just be perfectly still. And then the tornado would go by. I'd be able to pull myself out and I'd live because
you die by a forest fire.
And then I die by a raging forest fire. Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. This is crazy. This is too much.
It is.
Too much.
Way too much.
Messing me up. Damn.
I know. So Billy, your house is literally empty right now.
I got my mom here. My mom's downstairs.
Oh.
My mom is
I was going to say
2 months.
Oh. Well, it's yours, so you can't say anything bad. Now, you know.
No, well,
the mother-in-law.
Daddy, she comes in, she just takes over. And I had my sister,
takes
my
over.
brother-in-law up. You know, they all came up from Matthew's high school graduation. But my mom is now staying for 2 months because she's down in Florida. She's like, I can't take the heat. I'm staying here. So we're like, all right. So we'll see.
Are you kidding me? It was hotter in Jersey the other day than it was down here.
I was going to. So Abra, first time to Jersey or what? Not the show, but just Jersey.
Yeah, outside of an airport. Yes, first time in Jersey. So it wasn't what I expected. I liked it. At least the section where we were.
Any specific highlights over the weekend that you had?
I like the outside of the convention or just in Jersey.
In general over the convention weekend.
Well, obviously the convention was great. It was awesome to meet you guys in person. Again, I hope to see you next year, Billy.
You sure will. You definitely will. We'll be. If you'll have me, we are there.
Always. You got to have the teen sensation Billy Tucci there at a convention.
Right. I'm a good time.
But it was great. I like the size. I like the size of the convention. It's not too overwhelming. You don't get that kind of claustrophobic feel. And there are people there kind of selling their wares like the pops and stuff, but it felt a little more kind of mom and pop creative than just, each booth, pops or, whatever.
Sure.
They had like a guy that made swords that looked pretty badass. So
were you guys, Andy, were you once again in the heroes arena without the dice or the villain?
Same lineup as last year. It was Ethan, me, except this time it was Fraga next to me. And then it was Zachary, who does his independent book Voyager. And then it was a girl named Nicole. I can't remember her last name, but Graham knows her. And then it was Graham on the corner.
Who was in my spot?
Nicole, because you were next to Graham last year, weren't you?
I don't remember. I think so.
I think you were, yeah. So it was Nicole.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, so no, exact same side. What's that?
Did Cecil set up?
No, because after Fraga left, he didn't get there soon enough. Because Fraga, once again, he had to leave like at 12:30 to get to the airport, which my wife was kind enough to drive him to the airport, so he didn't have to take an Uber.
Oh,
so that was good. Yeah, we charged him half price, so got some coin out of the deal.
Horrible.
Did Helen?
Wait. How is that horrible? He paid $50 for the Uber
that's
from the
your
airport
bro. You
to the hotel.
gotta charge him
I
for a
charged him
ride.
25. Billy, how's that horrible? I literally saved him $25.
A good thing.
All right.
Isn't it capitalism? Well, that's what this country's built on.
That's right.
No loyalty among the bros. I see how it is.
It was $25 and an ass slap. It's up to you to figure who slapped whose ass.
That's right. That's right. And that ass is like 2 eggs in a hanky, ain't it?
You know it.
My
No, I'm joking. I didn't charge Frag. I charged this kid Harrison. I said, Harrison, how much money's in your wallet? And he said $5. I said, if you want to get through the airport, hand it over, kid.
So it was a good show, huh? So I missed it.
Yeah. It really was fun.
It made me think we need For the Fans Fest pronto.
Got to do it. I think Jimmy Tornes, I told him to call Ethan because I'm like, I'm not putting this together. Talk to Ethan.
That's what Ethan said.
Well, we were talking about it over at dinner and stuff.
Yeah,
and
that's a big job. Let someone just do it. And he has like the facilities up in Massachusetts, like at a convention center or a hotel or something like that.
Ooh.
So I'm like, let's do this, man.
Somebody asked me at Heroes if Stephen De La Vega is still watching. I believe it was him that asked me. So if it wasn't you, Stephen, I apologize, but I'm pretty sure it was you that asked me what it would take. And, seriously, what it would take to put on like a show like that. And I broke it down from, just thinking about the basics, right? And thinking from the standpoint of you start small and work your way up. So, for instance, I was comparing it to the show I do in Charlotte. There's one every 3 months. It's in a hotel. They take up 2 ballrooms. I don't know if a ballroom in a hotel is like average size. So saying it takes up 2 gives you an idea, but it's a huge rectangle when you open up the 2 ballrooms, right? So it's a big space. And it would 2 ballrooms would easily fit probably easily talking about creators, right? So if each creator got like 2 8-foot tables, that 2 ballrooms would easily fit 20 creators, no problem, right?
You're gonna do 6-footers, 2 6-footers,
2 6-footers, 2 6-footers, perfect. Because 12, perfect. So that would easily fit 20 creators. I said, so you need to find out that cost. First, you find out the location.
I get a special high chair for Dennis.
Right, exactly. So first you find out the location. What's that?
How tall is Dennis?
Dennis is tall. Dennis is 6'1", but his inseam, I like to refer to Peter Dinklage's inseam as longer.
Oh my God.
He does. He has these stubbo little legs. Yeah, it's weird.
It's really weird.
It makes me think of King of the Hill, the dad Cotton.
Yeah.
Those little stub legs because the Koreans blew his legs off.
Well, that's just it. If Dennis's legs were the proportion of like my legs to my torso, right? Dennis would be, and I'm not joking, Dennis would probably be 6'5", 6'6".
Yeah, for sure.
Dang.
It's so disturbing to look at too. It really is. So we all like him better sitting down.
Oh,
yeah. Paul says he's like Puck from Alpha Flight. No, but Puck's a total midget, like upper body and everything. Dennis just has short legs. But so anyhow, so you pick a city. So let's say we pick a city in Florida, find a hotel, find a couple of hotels in the city, call them, go, what are we looking at for 2 ballrooms for Saturday and Sunday? Right. And once you get that cost figured out, then you just need to ask, okay, we need this many tables, 6-foot tables. How much are those? And then the other thing is this is a question I don't know if anybody's asked. Billy, correct me if I'm wrong, because I know you've been in the conversations too. Is this literally just like CG creators, or would we want to see if dealers, comic dealers want to come too?
I think you should definitely do dealers, but we have guests like Steranko would do it. A couple other guys that are big name guys. They're like, I'm in. Talk to me about this, because the word's circulating. Yeah. Now they look at it as more of a conservative convention, which is funny because not all of us in CG are conservatives,
Right.
But we're like, it would be for the fans, and I think we would definitely need dealers because it's a to travel, to ship all your stuff. You should at least, if you're gonna have guests, And if they're not local, they should at least be flown in and given a hotel. If they can drive, that's one thing, because we'd all chip in. But if it's in Florida, you know, and I'm up here in New York, you know, we'd have to have an airfare. You know, I don't have the time to drive, you know what I mean, all the way down to fucking Florida.
That's a long drive.
So, I mean, there's details, but I think the biggest detail out of the gate is when and where, and then you move on from there. You know, you just have to make like an Excel spreadsheet or something list. I mean, I've never set up a con before.
Nah, me neither.
But so anyhow, somebody came up to Ethan at the show apparently and heard on streams us talking about it, and also said, you know, my family and I do this type of stuff. You know, we could definitely help out. So,
oh, really?
We'll see.
Oh.
Yeah.
We'd have to crowdfund it too, right? Raise some money.
Well, yeah, and that's the other thing. You could, well, you know, one idea. So Ethan and Graham, when I got to the show on Saturday, Ethan and Graham were talking, and I don't remember whose idea it was, but Billy, we brought it up Monday night about doing like a big jam book where every creator does like 2 pages and it's a zombie book, right? I mean, right there, that would be perfect for a show like that, because that could be the crowd fund, the different covers, all that. People get it, either get it picked up at the show, people that can't make the show get it mailed to them, whatever. But then that's a driving force for people to go to the show to get them all signed.
Yeah.
And stuff.
But you got, if you would crowdfund it, you got to have tickets too. You know, they're not just going to pay to book the place. You'd have to include tickets, and you got to incorporate that into it. It's like, shit, how do we
well, you could do different levels of tickets, you know, because you'd want to get, I guess, 3 ballrooms, because one of the extra ballrooms would be for live panels and shows and stuff like that.
And that
you could always do stuff like, you could always do stuff like, hey, you back this tier and, you know, you get, you know, limited to 15 people, back this tier, and you go out to dinner with these 5 people. Right.
Yeah. See, that's a lot of work. That's, you need someone that knows how to do that stuff to do.
I know.
It's a lot of work, man.
I know. I'm already stressing. Hold on. I need a sip of beer. I'm working myself up into a tizzy.
Getting the vapors.
I'm getting the vapes.
Excellent. Excellent.
All right. Well, let's talk about that Superman costume, guys. We've all seen it. I'm going to share it so we can legitimately talk about it, because who knows, somebody watching us might not realize that the Superman costume has been revealed finally. And okay, we'll go down the line. I was going to say around the horn, but now we're on the line. So ladies first. Abra, go ahead.
Well, all right. First, I'll lead with something positive. I love the bright colors. It's a nice change from the kind of drab, almost depressing look of Henry Cavill's Superman from Man of Steel. I like that. I like that they brought the trunks back. I like the S on the back of the cape. I don't know if you have a picture of that, but you know, it kind of calls back.
I don't think I do.
Okay.
But I've got a few pictures we can go through, but I can't remember.
I like that it looks like a fabric cape as opposed to plastic. So, because I think the Brandon Routh Superman Returns was kind of that plasticky one. And then with the last Superman, Man of Steel, it was CG pretty much, but it was fake looking. So the elements are there for it to be good. Now, the problem is it looks like a cheap CW outfit. It looks very kind of plasticky. It looks like he just has a jacket on.
Yes, it looks okay. So, I mean, now we'll just open it up. It looks thick. No, the material looks too thick.
Yeah.
Right. Like Henry Cavill, the material on his, and I don't know if his was CG, his cape was, except for some shots, but the costume itself he wore. And there was the problem with Cavill's was the dude did jack out a lot, right, to gain muscle.
He did,
but the suit from what I know, still had muscle built in.
Oh,
This
really?
suit, I think, this suit might still have some. It's just not as defined, you know?
You don't see
it
the
adds
abs. You don't see the chest.
But it adds this thickness to it that, like, let me get to another picture. When he, like, here, this is good. You can see his arm is bent. I literally have a jacket that is a thicker material and bunches up like that around the elbows.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's not what he's supposed to be wearing.
Right.
And I will say, I don't know about you guys, but I would much preferred a stylized logo based on the original and not this Kingdom Come looking logo.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Paul Taylor, $10. Thank you very much. The costume looks okay, except for the logo. The logo really sucks. Yeah, I don't, even if they kept it angular like this, but still had that little triangle right at the very bottom, you know, so there's 3 yellow shapes through it, you know. But back to the wrinkle stuff. Yeah, it does. It looks like a jacket, a pullover jacket.
Right.
Almost.
Yep.
Like you're watching Smallville. This is the Smallville version of Superman's costume.
Yeah. But I like the yellow belt. I don't mind. I mean, I'm not a big fan. I hate the collar, so I'll go with that. I saw somebody on Facebook adjusted the first shot that I showed, and his neck is all skin and the cape attaches the classical way, and it looks great.
Yeah.
I hate the collar. I don't mind the lines on the costume. It's just the thickness of the costume looks weird.
Yeah, I don't know. The lines don't do it for me. It looks like a motorcycle gear, you know, like it has the padding for motorcycle gear.
Agreed. That's exactly what it looks like to me as well. It looks like I have a motorcycle jacket just like that.
But do you think it's because the costume is so thick though? Because Cavill's costume had lines on it, but it wasn't thick like that. It form fitted, you know. So
I
that's
think
what
the
I'm
patterns
saying.
were different on Cavill's.
Oh yeah, no, they were. I'm just saying that, you know, speaking about just the lines on the costume, I think if the costume was more form fitting, it would work. I mean, look, I'll be honest. I still look at the Christopher Reeves costume, and that was, you know, lack of a better term, that was pretty much freaking spandex. It was thin material.
Yeah.
That you could see the amount of work that Christopher Reeve put in at the gym. You know, there was no bunching up. Yeah. So I'm just, there's Lois Lane. Oops, sorry. First shot of Lois too. She looks good.
I like her better than what's her name. Well, both what's her names. The one from Returns and the last one.
Oh, damn it.
Yeah, they weren't a right.
Amy Adams.
Yeah, Amy Adams.
Oh, Amy Adams. Yeah.
And then the really skinny one.
Yeah.
She was.
You know what the problem with Amy Adams was, in my opinion? How hard is it to say, yeah, Amy, you're great. We got to go with dark black hair.
Yeah.
Because that's Lois Lane. And even if they said that and she's like, oh, I'm not dyeing my hair, and I'd be like, well, then you don't have a job. Next. You know what I mean?
I was going to say, these actors are getting a little too uppity these days.
Yeah.
You know, just put them in their place.
Yeah.
Have one job.
Mean, you're making how many millions of bucks? Dye that hair.
Yeah.
Or wear a wig.
Wear
it's
a
one
wig.
of the two,
yeah,
sweetie.
they're pretty good these days.
Yeah.
I thought dad bod. That was kind of the thing. I when I look at him, it looks like a dad bod.
It does.
And here's the sad thing. Once again, you know, you don't know what is being said behind the scenes, but this dude bulked up big time too. You've seen the shirtless pictures. He's got definition. So you put him in a costume that like shows nothing.
He's like, I worked out 6 months for this.
Right.
Damn it.
You know, it's kind of like, besides the fact, because let's be honest, there's going to be a shirtless scene of him in the movie. But besides that, if there was never a shirtless scene and it was just from suit, regular clothes, and costume, the dude would never have had to really go on a strict diet because he didn't have to worry about getting cut. He could have just got bulky. So
I would say, unless this is a stunt suit, I heard somebody try to claim that it's loose so he could do his, you know, stunt moves and everything. But
and that's a lot of, because because I was going to say, you mentioned before we went live about maybe, I think you didn't you mention about maybe post-production they could do some stuff?
That's what I said at the convention. Yeah, I was like, maybe.
Oh, at the convention, right.
But yeah, it would have to be green,
that's a lot of
right?
work.
Well, I mean, they do have blue screens as well, but yeah, this is...
Yeah, but usually when they do stuff for costumes that they're going to, CG, not a cape, because a cape is not attached, so they can just make that, CGI. Right. But usually with stuff with a figure, a body, you look at Green Lantern, and horrible movie, but when it was filmed, those guys had those sensors all over their bodies so they can map the costume.
That's true.
So I don't know how they're going to go in every single frame and nip and tuck this costume. I don't know. I don't think so.
Very strange. Yeah, I don't get it. I don't know James Gunn's thinking on this one. Unless he wants it to look campy. Is it possible that he's going for camp?
I doubt it, because to me, I don't get it. I don't get a campy vibe necessarily out of it. I don't know. It's like Billy said, this shot really shows it well too. The fact that the S in the material, the blue, it's all one piece just going across his chest, but it just looks so thick. It's like that thick rubber or not rubber, but leather you can go buy from, a fabric shop. And yeah, Steven says you like Green. I do like Green Lantern. I'm saying it's a horrible movie for like the majority of the whole world, except me, because I'm a Ryan Reynolds fan.
And then it is Mr. Terrific in an actual motorcycle outfit.
Yeah. And it's
I know.
It's freaking comic book accurate.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, it's like they overthink it, right? It's like, oh, Mr. Terrific, he's a low-level character. Just do with what they designed in the comic books. We don't have time for this. It's Superman. Yeah, he's been around for almost 100 years. His costume's iconic, but we know better. It's like, no.
You will like our interpretation of it.
Yeah.
Very strange.
It is just so strange.
Very strange. Yeah. Well, you can't like I said, how much nepotism there is out there in Hollywood? It's astonishing. Everyone's uncle is somebody. Like, so many people are related to executives and things like that, and that's just how they get in. And they can't come in and they want comic book jobs, but then they have to put their mark on it.
Yeah,
and literally like ruin. It's so frustrating.
Pastmaster Dan's talking about the Justin Timberlake hairdo. That was the next thing.
He looks like fucking Charlie Chaplin with that.
Yeah.
Oh, we talking right here?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, can't we just do the stupid spit curl? And I actually shouldn't say that, because I like the spit curl. How hard is it? It's a trademark thing on Superman, that spit curl. And it's not like I've seen, the older stuff with Billy, remember Kirk Allen, black and white. That spit curl might have been a little too, gelled up to be perfectly in place or whatever. But and you don't have to do that, because basically it's just the lock of hair that's loose. So a hair designer can do that and it won't look goofy.
Right.
Yeah. Is that like some Grecian 44?
Yeah.
That's what sets Christopher Reeve apart from all the other actors that I've seen thus far to play Superman. And nothing against him, but he didn't need all that crap. I liked how he kind of slicked his hair back. I liked how when he had them glasses on, and we talked about this, that transformation when he wanted to tell Lois. Remember that?
Yeah.
He's like,
that was
glass, like Lois. He stands up, and like, holy shit, that's Superman.
That was it.
Yep.
Abra, do you know the scene we're talking about?
Yes.
Niagara Falls. Yeah.
Yep. Superman 2.
He's got a tuxedo.
That was great acting. Great acting.
It really was. And like Billy said, the glasses off, the slouch goes away, and boom, there it is.
It's like the character was Superman, like he really was Clark Kent, and he had to kind of get into Superman to when he was thinking about telling Lois. But Yeah, Christopher Reeve did an excellent job in both aspects of the role, Clark Kent and Superman.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And Paul Taylor brings up a good point. I felt bad for Brandon Routh because Superman Returns was awful.
Yeah.
But he's a good actor, and I thought the directing of how he was being directed to act, because it totally looked like they were like, study Christopher Reeve, get down Christopher Reeves. Because I mean, Superman Returns was supposed to be basically Superman 3, like or Superman 1, 2, and then ignore the 3 and 4, and this was actually 3 when he comes back.
That's why the kid is his.
Right. And I felt like they told him, like I said, you've got to just study Christopher Reeves.
Yeah.
And he does have the face, but he tried it so hard that even though the movie was bad anyhow, it just made it that much worse.
Yeah. I didn't really. I'm sorry, Abra. I'm sorry. If you think so. Oh, yeah. I wasn't. I'm not I don't dislike him, Ralph, but I wasn't a fan of his Superman. I don't think I gave him a chance though either. I like the scene when he first appears and saves the plane and all that, but man, like maybe it's the film too, but it wasn't like when Christopher Reeve got cast. We were little kids, like, wow, that's freaking awesome. And even when Henry Cavill got cast, it was like, all right, this guy, I like the way this guy looks. I think he'll make a good Superman. With Brendan Roush. Yeah, I wasn't. I don't know. I wasn't convinced.
But the funny thing is, let me grab this. Not $1.99. Look at his Clark Kent photos. Nasty broccoli hair. We will be sharing those.
Yeah, I have it pulled up whenever you're ready.
Yep. So Brandon Routh in the CW when he was on I can't remember the name of the show. It was Time Masters, whatever it was, right? They went into a universe where he was the Kingdom Come Superman, Kingdom Come costume with the black on the S instead of the yellow. They had his temples dyed white. He looked freaking fantastic.
Yeah,
did a great job, just fantastic. So it was one of those things where nobody heard of this guy before, and then he gets cast in this big Superman movie. And I really think it hurt his career for a while.
Yeah.
Because people just were like, oh, you were Superman in a Superman. Yeah.
Yeah.
He was in Scott Pilgrim.
Yes, he was in Scott Pilgrim. Yeah.
But then again, you don't know what kind of career he would have had anyway.
No, that's true.
Never been nothing. I mean, you could say, oh, that ruined his career, but that was his big break. So.
Well, no, I don't know. I don't think it ruined it. I think it slowed it down some. Because he did. He was in Scott Pilgrim. He was in some a few other movies that are escaping me, but I remember seeing his name on. And then he had the TV show on CW, which ran for 4 or 5 years. So, yeah, but look at that hair. Look at that. What the?
Yeah, it's a bit goofy.
Yeah, it's terrible.
Which almost again, you don't have to play him that goofy. You don't have to go that far with it. We get it. Clark Kent's supposed to be a goof, but it's 2024.
But
seriously?
But Clark Kent wasn't a goof until Christopher Reeve made him a goof. Remember, a nerd. Remember, that's another thing about Christopher Reeve. If you remember with George Reeves,
yeah,
he was cool as shit. Clark Kent.
He was suave.
He was suave.
Cool. Yep.
He was suave. He didn't slap. He was confident.
I don't remember Steve Reeves, not Steve. What's his name? Who played him in the serial?
Kirk Allen, right?
Who? Kirk
Wasn't
Allen.
It Kirk?
Yeah,
Kirk
Allen.
Allen.
Yeah, Steve Reeves is Kirk Allen. I don't remember him. I seen it a long, long time ago. Those serials, and I'm sure they're on YouTube and stuff.
Oh yeah.
But I don't know if he was the nerdy type. It really was Christopher Reeve that added the whole geeky thing to him.
Right.
Yeah, farm boy, the geeky farm boy.
So is he supposed to be a geek too, this guy, or what? Because even the kid even the actor that played young young Clark Kent in Superman in the 1978 version, he wasn't a nerd. That kid.
No, I think And I'll be honest, Graham would know the answer for sure. I didn't read a ton of Superman back when the first movie came out in '78. And, I've got him now, but I still don't know how they portrayed him in the books. So I'll go with what you said about Clark or Christopher Reeves bringing that to the performance. But now it's been canon and comics for
the comics
so long
have him as a nerd?
Yeah, I mean, when John Byrne redid the Man of Steel, rebooted Superman in 1986, he kind of made him that way. And I think that's maybe it's because of the Christopher Reeves movie. And ever since then, he's always been portrayed, more, just kind of humble, I guess you could say nerdy. I mean, Clark's never been the guy that's going to, if something breaks out, he always has to run away so he can change into Superman. So, I mean, that's just the vibe. Yeah, I mean, that's just his persona. Yeah. Shit happens and Clark's like, oh, I'll go call the police. Oh, I got to go throw up. Whatever, so he can change. So, but that is just, I saw that and I was like, I've never seen a wig that just goes on the front of somebody's head. Because it's not like that dude doesn't have hair.
You remember that skit on SNL where he's like, move, and then he's like fixing your computer. Yeah, he's the office IT guy.
A lot of it, if he's going to be the geek, then he's got to be like, those big lumbering, like comic fans, big dudes but they're very insecure and they might be slouchy. Man, if I was 6'1", 6'2", shit, I'd be like a congressman right now, taking all that Hamas money. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, we talking about? Look at Jerry Nadler. Jerry Nadler's not that tall.
Oh, he could still be one.
No, yeah, I know. Well, not in the round part. He's not tiny. I think if you stretch his belt out, it's taller than him.
He's got to be. If he's a big dude, he's got to be like, lumbering. If he's like very self-depreciating, that sort of thing.
Right. Let's see. Hold on. Stippling Vaughn says that he was never a nerd in Smallville TV. That I do remember.
Yeah.
And Byrne never had him as one. Well, I haven't read Man of Steel in a long time. I swear I remember panels where when he was growing up, he was a jock playing football. But I thought when he went to Metropolis in the Man of Steel by Byrne, he was just more, he just not outgoing. More of an, I guess nerd's not the right word, but introvert.
Yeah.
Right? More of an introvert.
Self-deprecating.
Self-deprecating. Right. Yeah. So, but yeah, that is utterly ridiculous. I mean, but once again, it could be James Gunn thinking it's got to be more than glasses. And since this hair, if this is how it looks, basically in, every type of scene, covers up basically his whole forehead too.
Yeah.
I mean, just look at the side-by-sides here. If you didn't know we were looking at, that's the same actor playing Clark and Superman and blah, blah, blah. And if we didn't have any of that knowledge already in our head and just saw these pictures, we might not be like, it's the same guy. You know what I mean? Whereas if it was just the glasses, but his hair.
Andy Smith is already preparing to like this film. I see.
Well, I'm hoping, dude. I love
I'm
Superman.
Sick of hating
everything.
It's not
trash.
I know.
Yeah.
I want it to be good for a change.
Yep.
One thing that makes me happy is that smile on Corin Sweat's face. Maybe they're going for the hopeful, positive kind of Superman instead of the morose. Because Henry Cavill, I think, would have been great, but the direction they went with was just so depressing and dark.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Agreed.
Well, that's Zack Snyder. What's the name of Zack Snyder movie that actually has sunlight in it? I mean, come on.
Yeah, and the palette though was so muddy.
Yeah, it really was.
It just, like I said, I enjoyed 300. I did.
No, well, but that was a perfect piece.
Yeah.
For what Zach does.
Yeah. His Dawn of the Dead was same thing with the Dawn of the Dead.
Dawn of the Dead.
Great.
I thought Watchmen was good up until the end.
Yeah, well, that's a tough, and you know what, you got to commend him for that because that's a tough movie to make.
Oh
that's
yeah,
12-issue miniseries, man. And I think he did an admirable job with it.
I do too. It was just everybody was basically expecting the ending from the graphic novel.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't read the graphic novel, so I don't know the difference between the film and the graphic novel.
Okay, well, homework.
Okay.
Either get it digital or go get the hard copy. Seriously, read it.
I'll get it off of Amazon then.
You can get it real cheap.
Yeah, it is really good. Okay. So highly recommend it. I mean,
they have it all collected in a nice big volume.
So that thing goes into reprint. This is why Alan Moore hates DC. Basically, Billy, you might know better, but basically it was, okay, Alan, look, because you guys created Watchmen, somebody in the chat will know too. All the rights will kick back to you when it goes out of print. They've never let it go out of print.
Right.
That's a corporation.
Yep.
So yes, there are tons of graphic novels out there. If you don't care about the condition, go to Amazon, go to used. You can probably get it for $10 or something.
All right.
You know, but no, it's a good read. It's weighty, as in, you know, how much there is to take in, but it's good. So,
will I need Prozac after reading it?
No.
Nah, it's very it's good. It's good.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I will put that on the list.
Well, I tell you, since your screen's up, the other thing we were going to do is we're going to show what we all think, what our favorite Superman costume from TV or film is. Abra, your screen's up. If you want to share, go right ahead.
Yeah, let me see. I had it open and then it just kind of.
I'll do that. And then when I see it down below, I'll pull it back up.
All right, here we go. All right, share this instead.
Oh, I see. I knew it.
Yeah, I mean,
but it's great.
On.
It's great. No, look at
this.
This
is what I grew up with. So this is my Superman.
Hey, same here. And you can see the dude worked out. Because Billy, you said when Christopher Reeves got cast, everybody was like, yeah, it's Christopher Reeves. And I think most people, it was what, 76, 77 when he got cast?
Yeah, probably.
I'll be honest. I don't know what the reaction was because I was a little kid.
Well, he was a soap opera guy and he was really skinny.
But that was it. I do remember he was really skinny, but people were like, well, the dude can act. He just needs to bulk up. And he did.
Yep.
You know? And there's no padding. That is him.
Yeah. As it should be. As it should be.
No rolled up sock in the trunks or anything. You know?
No Tom Jones in that one.
And look, he's got the subtle S curl. It's subtle, but it's there.
Yep. It really is the perfect depiction.
Yeah. And the thing is, this is from 1978. It still holds up today. That photograph, if James Gunn would have came out and said, because it's not like you can't do it, he could have came out and said, I'm not messing around. We're going back to the original and done that costume, especially with the amount of work that David Cornsett put in at the gym.
Yeah.
People probably would have been like, oh, hell yeah. You know, or maybe just minor tweaks, because I think the last thing you'd want is people to go, ugh, they're just trying to do Christopher Reeve again. So maybe tweak it tiny bit, but that's it.
That's it.
Yeah. And I like that it's the spandex because he doesn't need anything that looks like it has armor on it, you know, because he's a god on Earth.
Yeah.
He doesn't have to worry about anything.
Yeah. It's freaking Superman. Perfection. What, Billy, is that your favorite as well?
Mine, that's my favorite as well. I knew that one of you guys were going to pick it. So I thought also then the George Reeves costume is also good, you know?
Yeah.
But I'm definitely here. I don't even know if I saved the George Reeves one. I read,
but you know, and the thing with the George Reeves one was, it's hard. I would assume it's hard for people to watch that now that have never seen it and are, you know, like my daughter and stuff, right? But at the time period Superman was being published, when George Reeves was on screen, he was drawn with that big round barrel chest.
Yeah.
He wasn't drawn like this, because this you could almost say is like Neil Adams-esque, right?
Yeah.
You can see his chest. You can see the definition in his arms, you know, thin waist. But George Reeves' Superman came out when those Golden Age guys were drawing him with that big barrel chest. So it worked.
Yeah.
You know?
Wasn't that the time when they had the ads in the gym? You had Adonis, the Atlas.
Yeah,
you know,
Charles Atlas.
Probably,
yeah, look like this.
Kicking sand in that sissy's face.
Sissy boy.
And then the sissy goes to the gym and comes back, I don't know when, maybe 2 weeks later, and socks a guy in the face. The guy just socks him. I love that the guy didn't even. The guy's grabbing his arm in the first ad, and the guy's like the skinny guy's like this. And then I don't know if he grabs the girl. Let's find that Charles Atlas ad, because should he really punch that guy? Was there unless the guy just called him a faggot or something, then he punched him, you know? But back in the day, that's what you did. But right, think about it. If he's like, he's like, he just punched me. I didn't do anything. And then the next thing you know, you see the Charles Atlas student getting arrested and going to jail.
So I found it.
Can you share it, Andy?
Oh, I found the George Reeves.
Oh yeah. See.
And see, that's what I mean. He's thick. He's a barrel, but you don't see his defined pecs, or even his shoulders aren't defined, but he's a big dude.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, I liked Alex Ross illustrations of him, because you would think that Superman, and I think Wolverine's the same as this too, but Superman doesn't need to be shredded and look like a bodybuilder, like he's going to competition, you know?
Right.
That, because he doesn't need to do that. He should be in shape and big. I like again, a little bit bigger, huskier maybe, because he doesn't have to be, or like Christopher Reeve, but he doesn't have to be, you know what I mean, shredded with his veins showing and all that.
Yeah.
Right.
He wouldn't have that, because he's like, I'm not. What do I go to the gym for? What am I going to pick up? How's he going to get that big anyway? Am I going to pick up a train with people on it and lift with that every day? If he's lifting with, with two, 35-pound weights doing curls
or something,
that ain't going to help him.
Does he even have to exercise? Like, would he just?
I mean, it's so. Was it Grant? Somebody in the chat will correct me. The Superman with Frank Quietly. I believe it was Grant Morrison that wrote it. All-Star Superman. I thought that was a really good book, because they were really pulling some like Silver Age stuff in it, like pulling pictures and stuff. At least it felt that way. And even in the back, in the sketchbook section of the trade paperback, Quietly showed how he drew Clark Kent, which was hunched over, and then how he drew Superman, almost like that Christopher Reeve transformation, right?
Yeah.
I have the Charles Atlas too, if you want to see it, Andy.
Yeah, let's see.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Let's see what he.
Oh, well, this isn't the ad. This is just Charles himself. There it is. Now, Billy, that's all isometrics. That's not pushing any actual weight.
No.
And you know what isometrics is, right?
What is it?
Abra, do you know?
No.
All right. So basically, I
think you said it for a joke.
No, I'm not. Do you know what it is, Billy?
Yeah, but explain. Yeah, I know it. Yeah.
But she doesn't. Right. So basically, Charles Atlas was saying, hopefully you guys hear me, saying, you don't need a gym. You don't need weights. You just need your own body, push it against itself. So let's see. So for curls, you start with your arm down, and instead of having a dumbbell, you put your other arm and you push down at the same time you're pulling up as hard as you can. And you get to like this point my arm's at now, and you hold it. And you just hold it until it really starts to burn.
Crazy.
And I mean, it is, it's like push-ups in a way as well. There's no body weight to it, or it's just body weight. There's no right. But I know a guy that all he's done is push-ups for like years now, and he can pound out. He couldn't do this when he started, but now he can pound out like 1,000 of them.
Jeez.
Wow.
And from doing push-ups and pull-ups, he lost a ton of weight and, built real good muscle mass and stuff.
Pull-ups are hard.
Pull-ups are real tough. Yes.
Yeah. Especially for a girl.
Yeah.
I have to do that machine that assists you.
Yeah, I do. Abra, when I go to the gym and I do pull-ups, I do that too.
Yeah, it's hard.
Well, Andy, I'm curious. What is your
Oh, I'm going to show you.
Oh.
And the funny thing, because once again, like you guys said, everybody's going George Reeves. I get it. So I'm going with a costume.
You mean Christopher Reeve.
Nick Cage.
Christopher Reeve. Sorry, Christopher Reeves. Yeah, Nick Cage. Damn it, Abra. Spoil. No. I actually like this costume. I like this actor. And yes, I know there's some padding underneath, but it looks good. It doesn't look super fake, in my opinion. This is the Golden Age costume.
Yeah.
What's that?
Is this World's Finest? I never saw this. What is this from?
This
is Superman and Lois.
Yeah.
Right. But in one of the very first episodes, they go back, they do a flashback when he first appeared. So they did a nod to the Golden Age suit with the logo. I think his belt was yellow back then too. I don't remember, but if you made this logo, you know, the proper blue and yellow and red, or red and yellow, and if you gave him a yellow belt, I'd have no problem with this suit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
it just looks fun.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's a good suit.
And they even, Billy, in the one episode, if you can find it for nostalgia, I think you should watch it. Okay. They even did where remember the cover with the car where he's throwing the car and the guys are jumping out and all that crap.
Yeah, yeah.
That's that green car right there. He just got done doing that in this scene.
That's great. Can you find that scene? Oh, I don't want you to get struck.
No, I don't care. I'll try and find it.
Yeah, because he looks like he's out of the 30s, but that car looks like a PT Cruiser or something.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You don't have to be Superman to lift that car up.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this was like the costume he wears now. He doesn't have trunks, and yeah, I mean it's okay. It still fits good, but this one, when they put this on screen for that one episode, I was like, oh my god, give him the right emblem and a yellow belt, and you're done.
Yeah.
Bra was saying that it's Fleischer accurate. I want to go back and watch
those.
those.
Okay,
excellent.
There you go. All right, let me see if I can find it because I'll look for it. Abra, you saw a movie recently you want to tell us about.
Yeah, I saw the trailer for it and it intrigued me. It's called Thelma, and I just got back this afternoon from seeing it. And
is this a prequel where it's before she met Louise?
I hope not, because she's pretty darn old. But it's starring June Squibb, and she's been an actress for over 6 decades, and this is her first starring role. And yeah, the premise of the movie is, you know, those scams that they've been warning people about. It targets senior citizens, but they use AI to call up somebody and they say, Grandma, it's me. I've been thrown in jail, or I've been kidnapped, or whatever. And so she gets scammed by one of those calls and ends up losing $10,000. And so she decides that she's not going to take it sitting down. So she goes with this friend of hers, an old friend of hers who's in a nursing home. She's kind of refused to go to a nursing home up at this point because even though she's 93, she's very fiery and she likes her independence. And at one point in the movie, she said she lived with her parents until she was 23. Then she met her husband and, her future husband moved in with him right away. So she was always living with somebody until the age of 91. So she had her independence for the first time. She's really enjoying it. But anyway, so she goes with her friend who's in the nursing home to try to track down the money, get it back.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, and you wouldn't think there would be tension or anything in it, but they have like this whole scene where she's going to meet up with her friend and try to get him to let him have her use the scooter, the electric scooter. And they had this kind of chase in the nursing home where she's on the scooter and he's trying to track her down. But it was done really well. And it's actually based on a true story. The guy that wrote it and directed it, what was his name? Josh Margolin. It's loosely based on his grandmother. And I thought it was really good, but it's a lot of heart to it. Little bit of a dramatic moments in parts, but I would definitely recommend this.
So she
something
doesn't go
different.
To kill the bad. She doesn't go and kill the guys, does she?
No.
She's a vigilante. How bad?
Not an action flick.
She gets a gun, and it is kind of quasi action, Andy, believe it or not. But I mean, just you kind of have to tone it down a little bit because she's in an electric scooter. But she goes to another friend's house to pick up a revolver because she knows that the old lady had a gun. And they just this big journey to try to track down the guys behind stealing her money, and really heartfelt. It's not long. It's only a 97-minute movie, but it was very refreshing from just a lot of the crap that they're putting out. It wasn't a sequel. Felt original. And
did she travel to like Zimbabwe or something?
No, it was. This was the part that was kind of not very realistic. But she lives kind of in LA now, and so the person that ripped her off is also located in town. So I would say that wasn't very realistic, because it probably would have been a Nigerian or somewhere South America, Australia, India, somewhere. But just down the street. I definitely recommend this one. I would give this one an 8 out of 10. Just I enjoyed it. I would watch it again.
Wow.
And it's not streaming. You saw it in the theater, or
yes. It just opened up recently, but it's called Thelma, and the old actress is June Squibb, and it has the guy that played Shaft. He's her friend in that, Richard Roundtree.
Oh, Richard Roundtree.
Yeah, they had a really. Oh, go ahead.
I was just say he passed away last year, didn't he?
I don't know.
I thought he did. Maybe
yeah,
not.
they might have filmed it last year or whatever, but Aviator saying, "What's a theater?" Hey, I go for the popcorn, but yeah, it was a really good movie.
The last movie I saw in the theaters was Godzilla -1.
I love that movie.
I know,
and Netflix the one now.
Before that, I love it too. I thought it was a perfect movie. The one I saw before that was Maverick, I think.
I think it was for you, actually. Yeah.
I just don't really get out to the darn movies, and I wanted to see Last Voyage of the Demeter that came out last summer, but apparently,
you didn't miss it.
Yeah, it came and went, and then it was like, But I'm looking forward to what's the new Nosferatu film?
Yeah, that looks great.
And then something else. Oh, the Wolverine Deadpool. Maybe go see that.
Oh, we already got our tickets for it. So,
are you going to get the popcorn bucket? I never get the bucket, but I got to get it this time.
Always do. Raisinets, a box of Raisinets.
That was Roundtree's last role, Spaceman.
Well, he did a good job. But if that had to be your last role, I think he did really well.
Yeah, so. I'm going to share.
Oh my God! Andy, look at this. I will, but look at this. Art of Void, Godzilla minus.
No.
Godzilla minus My Money Sucked. Come on, dude.
Come on, Art of Void. Come on.
Next thing you're going to say is you like Godzilla Kong better. Come on.
Geez. Why would you even read
a CG
that?
computer game fest? That's what it looked like on screen.
Don't drink before the movies.
Crazy talk.
Hey, before I share that, Billy, here's that. So you'll see the nod with the car. It's not guys that were robbing stuff. So and there's no sound.
What is this?
The Superman one that we were just looking at.
It's from Smallville, or it's from Superman and Lois with that costume.
Okay, let me make it bigger.
So everything leading up to it is literally just a montage of his rocket crashing, them finding him, his dad dying, blah, blah, blah. So didn't need to see that. So that's kind of the nod to it they did, setting it down.
He says his mom made his outfit, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's another thing.
Like, cool outfit.
Oh, you can see that. You see the muscle on his costume when he lifts his arm up.
Yep.
If you lift it, if you go back, if you scroll back a little bit, you'll see the little.
But you know what? That's the thing with this guy too. They didn't need to do it. This is another guy because he's had quite a few shirtless scenes in the show. Yeah. All these guys are packing it on, and then they're like, "Cool, we're gonna put this costume on you. So thanks for all the hard work."
Yeah.
Do
they pay him for that to get in shape?
Yeah. Well, I'm sure it's part of the role.
I would imagine so. Yeah.
That costume does also determine if it's from Krypton or his mom made it, right?
Right. But his mom makes it out of material from Krypton.
Yeah, out of his blanket.
Oh, the
big ass
thing?
Blanket with multicolors. I must say
the blanket's got is it like a plaid with blues and oranges and
stuff? I know, right?
I don't know. Comics, right?
Look at this blanket. Maybe it's a sheet and a blanket. Well, I can use the sheet for the cape and the blanket for the costume. Yeah. What about the boots? Don't think about it.
Yeah. Just don't think too hard.
Yeah. Here, I'm trying to click it to make it even zoom in a little bit. It's not allowing me to do that. Click to enlarge. Let's click this. Nope. Click that.
Can you do the control?
This guy becomes Abra. This is the kind of guy you want, I'm sure. Here he is.
She's got a great husband now. Come on.
Listen to here. I'd smash your face. Only you're so skinny you might dry up and blow away. And then this bitch, right? Oh, don't let it bother you, little boy. So he's like, remember he kicks the chair.
Oh yeah.
Later, I guess it's the same summer because you got the same bathing suit on. he just goes and just beats the shit out of this guy.
That's right.
Good for him.
That's what you do.
This guy was like, he's like,
you have to be able to beat some ass wearing leopard Speedos. So.
Yeah, he's a roid raging on the beach, but they should have given him the leopard Speedos. I think that would have looked cool. What do you think?
I agree, but you know, if this was done for this day and age, the skinny guy would just go report it as a hate crime, and then that's it.
God.
Right.
Charles Atlas wouldn't make any money because look at these guys. They're like, wait a second, I can either work out, which takes a lot of effort, or I can just go report it as a hate crime.
Yes.
He called me a bundle of sticks.
He called me, yeah.
Oh, because I said that already. Sorry.
No, that's all right. I'd say it on mine. I don't want Andy to get in trouble.
I'll say it on.
Oh, I don't care.
I don't care. I'm a terrible friend.
Yeah. I'm not going to get in trouble. He already said.
Yeah, you
I appreciate that, but he already said it, so I don't think you saying it's going to make a difference.
And I was using it as a very derogatory statement.
A bundle of sticks.
Despise.
Stop acting, Billy. Stop acting retarded. Oh, damn it.
Yeah, I'm not an art.
That's another one I can't say.
I got in big trouble. I got to tell you. I got a big. I can't tell it. I can't say it.
Did you? Well, you can think about it if you want to tell. Did you guys see the clip of Seinfeld giving it to the heckler in Australia?
No.
Oh, no.
Oh,
can he play it?
God. Yeah, let me see if I can find it. Because then it's not worth me describing, but it's fantastic. I will if I have to, but
well, nothing can beat what's his name who played Kramer when he lost it to a heckler. That ruined his career.
Yeah, I mean he
yeah, but he's coming back now after 2006, I think.
It's been a while.
Yeah, well, he's been making interview rounds because he wrote a book. I think he's doing something with Seinfeld now.
Yeah, Michael Richards. Thank you, Paul.
Yeah. He was on Jesse Waters. He went on Fox News. He's like, yeah, well, let's see when you want to sell a book. He's like, he was on Fox News.
Yeah, the next day he was on The View.
Oh, was he?
Poor guy, having to go to The View.
Yeah, the inward guy. Yeah.
Yeah, that was, he really lost it. It's like, what the fuck is wrong with this guy?
Oh, wait, I got to reshare.
Ooh,
I forgot. I got to share the audio.
Sleep. Thanks for showing me that, Andy.
It does. Let me get past this ad real quick. All right, hold on. Let me reshare it with the audio.
It's going to be hard to be a stand-up comedian, though.
Oh, yeah.
Everyone's a critic.
Let me turn this up. All right, here we go. This is great. He just handles this guy great.
What's that? Oh, you're back! They're back! The protesters are back! I missed you! Oh, you're not doing well. It's so hard for you. You gotta... Yes, listen, dude, listen. Listen, let me explain something. You and I are in the same business. We're in the same business. Our business is to get people to see things the way we see it. The problem is you're in the wrong place. Do you hear how well I'm doing? This is what you want. You want to do well like I am. Look at the people here to hear me. Look at what happened to you.
Good job.
Oh, he gets better. It's like he has a punchline right at the end that's just great.
Context is very important for your message. For example, if I was going to do my little comedy show that I do, if I went to a Australian rules rugby game and I told this guy, I love this guy. If I said to this guy, you check out, I'm going to do my comedy act here, I would get that same reaction. I would get kicked out on my ass because that's not where I belong. Here's the other thing I think you need to go back and tell who's ever running your organization. We just gave more money to a Jew.
That was perfect.
Way to be.
That's how you neutralize a heckler.
Good job, kid. Good job.
Exactly. That
Well,
was
okay, so how
that
about
was
this now,
just
guys?
fantastic.
If I may, that something I was thinking about when we were picking our favorite Superman costume. Do we have a favorite Lois Lane?
Ooh.
Oh, that's a good one.
Right?
You know, I got to be honest. I didn't mind Terry Hatcher.
Yeah.
No.
I was never a huge fan of Margot Kidder.
No.
She's a bit kind of like she's suffering from drug withdrawal or something like that.
Totally.
Yeah, just a little rough.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All
she's exactly. She's a little rough around the edges, but not in the way Lois is supposed to be.
She
Yeah.
looks like cigarettes, doesn't she?
Yeah, I picture her
Right.
like chain smoking, like Clark. Come on, we got a deadline here. Come on, Clark.
Smoking as she's
But she
typing
basically,
away.
I mean, she was smoking in that movie, though, wasn't she?
She
Yeah.
did, but she looks like she smells like cigarettes.
Yeah.
Like her
Yeah.
clothes smell, her
Oh,
apartment
what? I
smells.
take back. Terry Hatcher is probably second. No, Noelle Neal from the George Reeves. She was great.
I was thinking that she kind of felt like a strong woman, but still like a womanly woman. Like she had some gumption, but she still needed to be rescued by Superman. So
Yeah.
I
What
like
about the first, the woman that originally played Lois Lane in the Superman series for the first season, who they
forgot about
fired? Or
I don't remember who that is.
She was not the original Lois Lane, the one we all come to know and love. Whatever her name is. What's her name?
I'll have to Google it because I'm not sure.
If you do that. And Stippling Vaughn, good to see you, Stip. Thank you, Stip and Mrs. Stip. Got my little toasted pumpkin here.
I know I got mine too. It's not reachable.
Noelle.
Well worn. I think I lost. Oh no, there it is. I can light that sucker right now. I'm gonna have a little bit of toasted pumpkin. It's not fall, Miss Abra.
All right, so
Phyllis
here's a
Coates.
list of. Yeah, I bet is she on this list I just pulled up?
Yeah. Phyllis
Yes, there she is,
Coates.
Phyllis Coates. So this is a complete Rachel Brosnahan. I don't remember, but definitely not. Oh wait, that's the new one. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, I
That's not.
Yeah,
She looks
that's why you
good
don't
with the-
remember her.
Yeah, she looks good with the black hair, but until I see her actually act, I can't tell. But from that small photo where it was like long black hair, jury's out.
think we're gonna like her as Lois Lane.
What's that?
I think we're gonna like her as Lois Lane.
I hope so.
She kind of has a Margot Kidder kind of vibe, like with the facial features.
Yeah.
I could see her being a little sassy, but I hope she still brings the femininity to it. So we'll see.
Yeah,
What
but
the
Skip-
heck is going on with Kate Bosworth's head? She has like a
I
5
know.
head going on.
That
She
is
needs
definitely
what Corn Sweat's toupee.
Yeah,
I
she
like-
didn't work for me.
No, I like
Uh,
Erica Durant's too. That was one of the. I
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
her. I know.
I
She was
forgot
good.
about her.
About now that I remember seeing her. I'm like, oh yeah, that's a good Lois Lane.
She had moxie.
Yeah.
So okay, say we don't. I'm just throwing this out there. Like, take it with what you will. If you want to reject it, I won't be hurt or wounded. But if not Margot Kidder, right? Who would you guys cast in the consummate Superman film, 1978? Richard Donner, Superman. Who of a 1970s actress would you have cast? I know this is getting a little crazy.
Kate Jackson.
Kate Jackson would have been a great Lois Lane.
All right, hold on. I got to look at some actors.
Because you say Kate Jackson, I'm going to say Jacqueline Smith.
Yeah. But she was so
Jacqueline
like,
Smith.
She's gorgeous, but
Yeah.
she seemed a little bit softer. Whereas Kate Jackson was kind of like, I could see her going, crossing the police barricades and getting into trouble.
Put a cigarette in her mouth.
Yeah, with a cigarette in her
Well,
mouth.
Kate Jackson's very tall.
Yeah.
And so we actually met her at a convention. I forget where we're at the green room. And we walk in there and Debbie's like, Debbie walks up. This is like 20 years ago. Debbie walks up to her and was like, I'm sorry. You are gorgeous. And she really was. She was far more beautiful in person. This is like 20 years ago.
Wow.
Or 15 years ago. Then they made her to be on TV.
Yeah, I remember
she was kind of business-like. She wasn't like the fashion
right.
or something as the other two were.
Do you guys
A lot of
remember Scarecrow and Mrs. King?
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
So she goes from being a kind of like a sexy Charlie's Angel to suburban housewife.
Yep.
But she had to fight cancer. Like, I don't know if it was breast cancer or some sort of cancer, but while she was filming that. So.
Oh,
Adrian Barbeau.
Citizen
Adrian Barbeau in the chat. That's not bad.
Nope. Yeah, Erin Gray would be great.
Yeah, Erin Gray would have been good. She was like no other star in the world.
Yeah.
Now here's one, but she played a character, and it's Joanna Cameron, who played Isis.
Oh, she had a great face, high cheekbones.
She has a good look. She's got, she's got the right hair, great face for it. Yeah.
Well, I got to tell you, I got to show you something, because you remember how Superman flew in The Adventures of Superman, the TV series, the TV show. Dun, 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 Do you know who taught Christopher Reeve to fly? Can I share this?
Of course you can.
I'm going to show you who did. Hang on. Give me a second. I'm thinking out loud here. So I apologize.
No worries.
It's okay.
I did that underwater scuba diving.
After you see this, tell me I'm wrong. Hang on.
All right.
That's good stuff. Whoop. Sorry. Get rid of that sound here.
The suspense is killing me.
I know. I'm going to find the exact clip.
I swear, is this going to be a video like that dude taking out that guy last night on the porch?
Wasn't that great? Come on.
It was great. I'm just glad it was on Aaron's channel.
Oh, God.
I was like, oh, man.
It's a long clip, so I'm trying to find,
Well, see, you originally said the serial, which was George Reeves and Kirk Allen. So are you talking about Christopher Reeves, the movie?
Yes, Christopher Reeve. Who taught Christopher Reeve how to fly?
Yeah, because I know in the George Reeves, you can just tell he was laying on like this little box and had to balance and shit.
I know.
Look how his stomach flattens out right there.
All right, hang on. I found it. Hang on. Okay. Who's calling me? People are always calling me. Feldman's calling me.
Corey Feldman. How dare he?
Means he's not watching the show. Should I shame Feldman?
Do it.
You could.
Feldman. Hey, Feldman. How you doing, brother?
I didn't know you could pick up when it was about to go to voicemail.
No, I just picked up. I got to tell you, though, I'm streaming live. Obviously, you're not watching us.
Like Danny Cates or Donnie Cates.
You were, yes. So that makes us all.
Where are you streaming?
I'm streaming on the on the Abra show, formerly known as the Dennis and Andy show on Andy Smith's YouTube channel. So we're streaming.
You're on YouTube.
We're streaming live on the YouTube right now and talking about our favorite Superman costumes.
Cool.
What is your favorite Superman costume of all the Supermans that there were?
Wow. I mean, for me, when I started to get into comics in the 70s and 80s, to me, that sort of became the classic. But when I went back and became more familiar with the past, I loved, and I guess I don't even know if it was really the comic book version, but the Max Fleischer Superman cartoons of 41, 42.
Yeah, I think
those to me are so cool. And it looks like they're using a little bit of that design imagery in the new Superman movie, I think.
Oh.
I just saw a picture and saw Superman in his super suit.
Did you notice, Feldman? Did you notice, though, that when he is Clark Kent, he's got your hair, Feldman?
Finally, I'm a comic book here.
You're a comic book. Hey, let me call you back, all right, buddy?
All right, sounds good.
All right,
I'm free.
All right, bye.
Call me when you can.
Yep. Bye, buddy. That's my pal Mike Feldman. Great comic book fan. He might have it. He might have hit it the nail on the head right there. I that Fleischer Superman's pretty gosh darn good.
Oh yeah.
But I'll share this and watch the way this actor flies as Superman. Okay, and then take that and then look at Christopher Reeve flying as Superman. Are you ready?
Oh my God, I know what you're talking about.
See, he's my uncle, and
Look. Want to turn the sound off? Look how he flies.
I know. He's doing the arm thing like Christopher Reeves did.
Yeah. So if you think about it, Christopher Reeve, like,
look at that
grin. The great Paul Lane. Look at him. Look at him.
Oh, that's great.
But think about it, right? He's flying nothing like George Reeves flew. Look how he lands. Goodbye. Remember he rescues the cat out of the kitten out of the tree and all that stuff. I think he takes off one more time. Let's see. Hang on. Let's see. Nope,
Paul
that's
Lynn was
it.
great.
More importantly, did you see the car that Darren pulled up in? He pulled up in that Camaro.
I think it was a Rally SS. I think it's a Rally Sport Camaro, right? Because let's
another dude pulled up in a nice Mustang.
Yeah, let's go back to it. Boy, Darren Stevens was pretty effing cool, wasn't he?
Damn.
That's the gay Darren Stevens too.
Hello.
Still driving a car like that.
Still driving a car like that. See, gay guys drove cool cars back then. Everything was cool back then.
That's right.
I just love this music.
Look at her face.
Hilarious. Yeah.
And you know, like,
his legs.
Yes, you got a Corvette.
Yeah.
And I think
that's a vet.
Sport.
Yeah, and a Mustang.
No, that's a Camaro. That's a Rally.
Oh, is it a Camaro?
Yeah, it's a Camaro.
But I think it's a convertible Camaro. So they went to a Chevy dealership in, I don't know, LA, wherever they're shooting this, Pasadena, wherever, and they're like, "We need your two coolest cars," and the guy's like, "Yeah, you can use these. I betcha."
Yeah, I don't know if that's a convert. Is it a convertible or just a vinyl black top?
I don't know,
because it's got white wall tires. You know.
Let's go back.
She's like, "What now?"
And yeah, dude, his boss rolls up in a Vex. That's his boss that's with him, I think.
Watch James Gunn have the new Superman fly like that.
Oh my God!
Look at that! How about that? How about that? God bless Uncle Arthur, right? God bless.
Oh my God, that is nice.
Bing.
That is very nice. Well, cool, guys. Well, I think we're going to wrap her on up. Billy can call his friend back. Abra can be like, "I'm never doing that show again."
Oh, please.
she's gonna go out crying. Her husband's gonna be like, "What's wrong?"
Oh, they have me talking about Superman.
Yeah. Hey, real quick, can I reveal a little sneak peek reveal of what I got for Father's Day?
Ooh.
Yes, of course.
So,
and if you want to bring up you can too.
Father's Day, I was here. I was with you, Andy Smith. Thank you very much.
Yes,
Had a delightful dinner with you on Father's Day. But my son William, of course, was there, who bought me my dinner. But I came home and there was a present waiting for me. It wasn't waiting; it just came the other day. And Debbie didn't know if I'd be mad at it, but I think it's so funny.
Dude, it's so cool.
Remember, King for a day, right? That's what we're doing. You know, we have look what my wife and kids got me.
Now, hold on, I'll full screen you. Is this on like faux canvas or what's it printed on?
That is great.
Look, it's on 16.
Oh, nice.
That is great.
That's there I am, the Scottish lad. King for a day.
If it's not Scottish,
awesome.
it's crap.
No, it's not it's crap. Look at that. It's like, I didn't know if you'd be mad or insulted. I'm like, honey, that's the funniest fucking thing I've ever seen in my life. That's going in the house.
That's
so
great.
I'm gonna put it down in the foyer.
Freaking awesome.
Yep.
Marcus says, don't have Dennis back, just Billy and Abra.
Oh, low blow.
So
we should all do like I don't want to say that. I was gonna say we could do a foursome with Abra.
Oh Lord.
There you go. Whoa.
Not that kind of girl. No.
I almost feel like we need to even it out then and get another woman on here though, just so it's even.
Yeah.
Get Charlie's Linden on.
Charlie's probably could stream at this time.
Yeah.
She could actually.
She's great.
Yeah.
We do a special, like we don't want to take over the Dennis and Andy show, but you can have Dennis and Andy and friends.
Yeah,
that's right.
There you go. I'm expecting a package from you, Billy. I ordered that the She figure.
Yes,
You
probably got. I just sent a filled up because I don't have my truck back yet. If I'm getting it back, my son Matthew's car with a I don't know how many boxes, 70 boxes or so of action figures. Sorry for first of all, Abra, thank you for buying it. What took so long is that we made a metal card.
Yeah.
Like, let's make it a double-sided metal card.
Oh.
Glutton for punishment. Well, I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, they just added a whole other 2 weeks to the process, 3 weeks to it. But we had mislabeled them all with media mail. And that's not media mail. Media mail is good for comic, for graphic novels. It's not good for comics.
So did they come back or?
No. We didn't ship them out. We just the great Renzini just labeled them all, and Debbie had printed them out. And then I guess she's like, wait a minute.
It's not media.
It's not media mail. We can't send them out. So I just dumped. I sent dozens of them today to the post office. So.
Well, I like my comics and stuff like I like my pizza. I don't want it hot and ready. It can take a while. I just want a nice, good piece of art. So,
well, thank you so much.
Yeah,
so
I'm looking forward to it.
Nice.
Well,
you know what people are really looking forward to? Guys, you're looking forward to KOR-DRATH, The Awakening by myself and my buddy Dennis, who will be back next week. Have no fear. Dennis will be here coming from San Francisco, so maybe he'll be a little queer. Whoa! I could rap like Dan Fraga. I could bust the raps like Dan Fraga can with stuff like that. KOR-DRATH.
Wiggity whack.
Wiggity whack whack whack. Yo, scratch that record. Yeah, I'll do that and be like, Dennis, don't worry. It was one of your records. So
Abra, you were at the dinner, right? Did you go to dinner with the guys?
I did. I had the honor of being able to attend that. That was great.
So was Jules there too? Was
yes.
Juju? So you and Juju and all these horrific, ugly, hairy men.
No, everyone was a gentleman. Everyone was nice. Juju was awesome. It was great to finally meet her. She's too good for Cecil, but somehow somehow Cecil won her.
Hey, what did you get to eat that night? Because you were at the other end of the table.
I had a ribeye.
Did you really?
Yeah, just like Chris Sarcello. I saw him eating that ribeye, and I was just like, oh. And I packed it away. I didn't think I was going to be able to eat it, but it was so good. It was like butter, only better.
Oh no, let me tell you that cowboy ribeye.
Oh.
You know that thing came out because that was a 26-ounce thing. That thing came out, and I was like, well, I guess I'll find out. And I was still hungry when I got done eating. I was like, wow.
How much of the ribeye of those 26 ounces of yours, and I don't know if Abra got a 13 ounce or whatever.
Mine was 16.
16 ounce. How much ounces did you guys leave on your plate because of all that fat and grizzle?
Oh, I ate everything but the bone.
I maybe left 2 ounces, to be fair.
Dude, I was down to the bone. Graham was down to the bone. Dan Fraga, you could give him crap. He couldn't finish his because he was a little girly man.
That is girly man.
That was the best steak I've had in a while. Like at Pensacola, you don't really get good steaks like that, but that was delicious.
Who made the reservation for the restaurant? Did you have a problem with it or anything? Or?
I thought Graham made it.
Graham did. It was all good.
Excellent.
Yeah. And that seafood tower. Oh God, that was amazing. Jeez.
Yeah. Got
freaking
2 of those.
Freaking Ethan got 2 of them. And it was loaded with lobster tail and claw and shrimp, and it's just so good.
Did you guys all split the bill? Like just split it, or did you have separate checks? How did it work?
No, we separated it out.
But Ethan got the seafood towers, so that was so kind of him. That was really kind of him.
Great. That's great.
Yeah, it was good, man.
I was thinking if you were there, Billy, we would have had like 10 seafood towers. You know?
No, just 3.
I would have been like,
yeah, it was good.
Billy would have had all the wine though at his side.
Oh yeah. No, you wouldn't have an old fashioned.
No, I would have drank scotch. But you know what? I think Graham said he was drinking old fashioned, so maybe I'd try an old fashioned.
He was.
Yeah,
I don't know what's in it. I don't know what's in it.
You have bitters. You have a sugar cube. A little bit of a lemon, or not a lemon, I'm sorry, an orange, like the peel and the zest of it. Ooh. And you crush up the bitters in the sugar cube, and then put the whiskey in there. And it was really good. They didn't make it too sweet, thank goodness. Oh, yeah. I had mine with Woodford Reserve. But I'm more of a Scotch person as well.
Yes. Thank you.
Yeah, it's good stuff. Good stuff.
And what about your husband? Is he a Scotch man as well?
He's a bourbon. He likes it sweeter. I don't like this. Yeah, I don't like the sweetness of bourbon all that much. Although I do like Buffalo Trace and Bullet. Those 2 I can handle. But yeah, I prefer having scotch, but I can't have it too peaty. It's like a nice,
yes,
balance.
Smoky, woodsy. I like the smoky, the woodsy. I'm not a big peaty fan myself.
But
no offense to Petey from the Little Rascals, who was awesome.
Yeah, no offense to him. But yeah, it's
Thank God you're not a PD or pedo fan. Thank God.
Oh God, disavow.
All right, so
yeah.
Andy Smith, is that it for me seeing you this year now?
You mean at shows? What are you talking about? Yeah, the only other show I have that I know of for now, I mean, of size, like I'm going to a couple of one-day things, but is Rob and Michelle's South Carolina Comic-Con Junior in October.
Yeah, well, I will definitely be at the South Carolina Con Senior in April 5th and 6th, I think the weekend is. Of
That's
next
2025, man. I can't think that far ahead.
I know, but Johnny Jr. is coming too.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so he's one of the good guys. So.
Are you breaking news, or have they announced that?
What?
I didn't know I was going. Okay.
Yeah. I'm like, I wonder if they announced that, because he's a pretty big get. So
that's just a rumor. That's just a rumor.
It's just a rumor, guys.
Heard it through the grapevine.
Oh my God. Well, go check out KOR-DRATH, guys. Campaign is moving along nicely. New Adriana t-shirts up by the Great Bud Root variant cover. You can get a his as well. 64 pages. KOR-DRATH's tribe was wiped out in the first book. He's got their ancestral blood running through his veins with the magic of the red line tattoo. He will face off against Vordoom. Who will win? He needs to save the Shattered Reach with Adriana. Lots of fun stuff. Pick up a box. Pick yourself up, which I picked up at the show from Chris Thacker. Let's see, where is it? Right here. Boom! I picked up the fully painted KOR-DRATH figure.
Wow. He did a great job.
Wow.
Oh my God. There's so much work into this thing. It's just incredible.
Huge respect to people who can paint the miniatures and the statues and stuff. They do the washes. It looks great. Yeah.
He's got scars on his back. It's crazy. So guys, you can get the one that's all gray, and Chris Thacker on X Twitter, and you can get him to paint it for you. So check it out. The new game module that Dennis wrote is doing great. Everything's doing great. We're almost at the 50 grand, which unlocks the first stretch goal. Shoot, way down here. You're like, don't go so fast. I'm like, click on the link. Take your time after the show and pick yourself up something. Let's see where. Yeah, there it is. First stretch goal.
I love the style, Andy, of KOR-DRATH. Just it's like a, it has almost like a like animated vibe to it, but yeah, it still has enough realism to, bring the.
Appreciate that. And yeah, first stretch goal, Vordoom playable character card, just like the ones we did before. Great art on the front, if I do say so, by myself and Dan Lawless, making me look good, and stats on the back by Dennis.
Excellent. Well, thanks, Andy, for having me. And
book of layouts, great stuff, guys. So go check that out. Billy's She campaign is in the description too, so you can check that out as well. And yeah, thank you guys for coming on to fill Dennis's shoes. They're not that hard to fill, actually, so don't get too full of yourselves. It's just Dennis.
Poor Dennis.
So, I don't know if I go that far.
All right. Yeah, I got to go. I got to send my diamond ad
vacation of the year. What's that?
I got to go send my diamond ad in. Old Scout made my ad, and I'm like, can you change this? And then he was working. So he was like, all right, I'll get it to you in a little bit. And I completely forgot about it till now, and they're going to close soon.
Uh-oh.
All right, guys. Well, we'll catch you guys next week.
Yeah. Thanks, chat. Thanks for having me, Andy and Billy. It was great seeing you.
You too, Abra. I can't wait to stream with you again.
Yay.
All right. Thanks,
Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye.
An ancient evil awakened to slaughter his family. A mythical quest was revealed. Treacherous perils await. Lovers bound by destiny. Darkness gathers as a new game begins. One man's rage will shape worlds. KOR-DRATH, The Awakening. Only on Indiegogo.